So today I'll be talking about e-office intervention in our office. All the jury members would agree with me that when we talk about files in a government office, it itself raises such a lot of questions, and that file would are not moving. It is in somebody's holding them and all that kind of stuff. So we implemented e-office. Now more than 1.5 years has gone by, and it is fully functional in our office. The thing which I would like to emphasize over here, that e-office is running in many departments, but we in NHM Himachal Pradesh have adopted it in toto, meaning thereby that we have absolutely done away with physical files. That even includes our Department of Finance in the NHM. So everything is being done on e-office. Can you press the next button, please?
Yes.
Okay. So this is a brief about e-office. It automates the file work. There is easy. We can have a interdepartmental movement of files. It includes digitization. Digitization. Hello.
Wildlife crime.
It includes digitization right from the diarization to the digital signature, and it obviously becomes seamless and it is more transparent. Next. So let me take you very briefly on the overall process of e-office in NHM office. So there in NHM, we receive either emails or hard letters. So either of the two are first scanned by the person who's responsible for diaring the doc. And once it is scanned, it is stored in the hard drive of the system. It is browsed and uploaded. The diary person sends it to the concerned section of the division. So in the concerned division, the lowermost level where a PUC is paper under consideration, which we call any letter or anything we receive, we call it PUC. So the PUC is dealt at the lowermost level by a dealing assistant. So the PUC is received by the dealing assistant, and the dealing assistant has now two options. Either he or she can deal it in an existing e-file, or he or she can create a new e-file. So every e-file has got a unique number which can be tracked by the division right from the start to the end. So either ways, the dealing assistant attaches the PUC in the file, makes a noting. It is absolutely similar to the government offices where there is a green sheet for doing noting. Here also we have a green sheet for doing noting, digital green sheet, and we can attach all the documents, relevant documents, including the PUC in the other section. Now, after the noting, if the dealing assistant so believes that there is a need to put up a draft also, the dealing assistant puts up a draft, digital draft also in the file. The file then goes to the next level where the next officer can read what is written in the noting section. He or she can go through all the documents attached in the file, including the PUC. The officer can check the draft and make amendments. Here I would like to highlight that any amendment made by an officer is saved as a second version of the first version, so that when the file comes back, the dealing assistant comes to know what are the changes made by which officer in the whole line. Once it reaches the officer who can approve and sign, the officer approves it on the green sheet and puts a digital signature on the file, on the DFA, on the draft, thereby approving it. and the file goes back through the same route back up to the dealing assistant, who then, after sending the draft, again puts up the draft, telling thereby that it has been dispatched to the relevant person, and the file is then, the PUC is closed thereafter. Next slide, please. Can I have the next slide? This I'll show at the end. Next slide. So what did we achieve by uh, using e-office? In the COVID-19 pandemic, there was a great need that we had to issue notification, government orders, guidelines, even at night, in the evenings, on gazetted holidays. So e-office gives us the accessibility from anywhere. Even if our mission director or the secretary is not in station, he or she can still access the file, approve it, and do whatever is required in the file. In the NHM office, we have got a dedicated LAN for all the employees, and the officers are given accessibility both through the LAN as well as through a exclusive VPN like FortiClient or SXS, meaning thereby that any officer can access e-office on any net which is available with him or her at any time. So as regarding the impact, a file which used to take 3-5 days or even weeks is now getting disposed of in a matter of minutes, half an hour, 1 hour, maximum 24 hours. Practicality, we have rolled out in toto in all the sections. It is not that half of the some files are being done on hard files, other on e files. So it is being done in toto. There is a module to scale it up in the district and block level. We are already testing it in one of the district, that is Kangra, and we plan to scale it to all the districts and blocks so that the dispatch of a signed draft of letter or guideline reaches instantaneously through e-office to the subordinate offices. Next. I think there is a change in the order of the slides, but this is a snapshot of the traditional office and the digital workshop. Next slide, please.
Yeah, 2-3 minutes more.
Yeah. Next. You missed out on some slides. Okay. Let me without the slide, because there is some disorder in the slide, let me tell you that there were many challenges when we started this e-office. Many of our employees uh, were quite old in age, nearing their, yeah, please leave this slide over here. They were not very used to this computer system, but because of multiple trainings, we could manage that. There were issues related to infrastructure. We had to lay down the whole LAN cabling, etc. Internet, we initially used to do it through a modem, which did not give us the requisite speed. So we switched on to LAN. There were many issues related to the software developed by NIC itself, like dictionary options were not coming. The management information system, which tells us how many files are pending with whom, how many PUCs are pending with whom. So that was also resolved in a phasic manner. Initially, we work both in English and Hindi. So initially there were some problems when working in Hindi, but these were also solved. So we, by and large, overcome a lot of challenges. I won't say that we have overcome all the challenges, but most of them we have sorted out, and this e-office application is running very smoothly in our office. Over to the jury, please.
Good. See, I just wanted to know, in your other departments of the government, you mean they are not fully automated as of now, or your is the only department NHM, which is fully automated?
What we see in the secretariat, a lot of departments have started adopting e-office, but what is usually seen that in spite of the e-office, many of the files are still being done in the hard format for various reasons. See, when you put a file on e-office, there is no chance of editing it in a backdate or fudging with it. So it is a data which is created forever. So we have adopted for the sake of transparency in toto.
Okay, thank you. No questions.
Thank you, sir.
Sir, you have done your e-office in a completely, but there are certain rules for as prescribed by Cabinet Secretary that old files are to be also to be digitized. So have you also done that or are working in this direction also?
Sir, this is a very pertinent question, and I must tell you that what is the procedure we adopted was that whenever we have to put up a file which required either some papers or notings from the previous hard files, we made it a point to digitize them in a phasic manners. So what we did, whenever a file was required, a new file, e-office file is created, we ensure that the previous record is put up on the digitized phase, digitized manner also.
But normally the old files, which are not even referred to the new files, are also to be digitized as per Digital India program.
Okay, sir, you are right, but
also.
keeping in view our workload and hesitancy, there are tons and tons of files. We have not yet started that. Maybe we'll have to outsource it. Like we have done it for our medical colleges, we have started digitizing the record, which is even good for medical legal purposes. So we will have to outsource the whole work of digitization of previous files which are not in use. But the suggestion is well taken, and I think we would be planning like that.
Thank you, sir.